doing films and everything. I'm prepared.
I love that song, mate. I love it. It's banging. Good evening, gentlemen, ladies. Welcome to Ace Podcast Nation. I am Si. This is the home of the revamped, new look Kevin McNaughton Show. It is no longer Crazy Football. This is Super Kev Unscripted. This is episode number 3, and this is the Christmas special. We've got props, we've got would you rathers, and we've got people to send us questions. It's going to be fun. We're going to finish off the show as ever with our new latest top 10 list, and it will be the top 10 greatest Christmas films of all time, decided by us with contributions from the live chat. And speaking of the live chat, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter.
We're live.
Ace Podcast Nation is also home to many great shows and series featuring top guests, expert analysts and more. So please follow us on social media for more information on upcoming shows and guests. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, that's the big one, that really helps us out the most. And you can get all the shows first because everything goes on YouTube first, apart from the live shows obviously. And you can also download the audio versions at your favourite radio and podcast platform. Just search Ace Podcast Nation and they will be there. Super Kev Unscripted is unique, different to all our other shows, as in this series I do absolutely zero research. We don't focus just on the guest's career. All the questions and topics are set by the people. Nothing is off limits. There is no censors, there is no scripts. We just go with it and we just talk about whatever we want to talk about, wherever we go. We do have a little bit of guidance, like we'll do some would you rathers, and we have our top 10 list, but other than that, it's just a free-for-all. Joining me for this series as ever is former Scotland international, ex-Aberdeen, Bolton Wanderers, Cardiff City defender, of course, the King of Dundee with his goblet of fire. It is Super Kevin McNaughton. Welcome back, my friend. How are you? And is that red wine?
It's not red wine. I'm very well, but it is a large glass of gin. A goblet, as you said. And it's a magnificent vessel, isn't it? Really, look at it. Look at this bad boy.
Beautiful. Hold the phone. Stop everything. Rhys David Evans has just asked, are you considering Die Hard to be a Christmas film?
Of course it is.
It's like the Christmas film, and Die Hard 2 is the Christmas film.
I've written the list down.
So you've done preparation, mate. Preparation.
I don't normally, but I had a little bit of time before I came on air, and I thought to myself, I might as well write something down.
Yeah, see, James wants silver hair like us. I consider us, because I've got more grey hair than you.
The wing backs are getting a wee bit deeper. I know yours are basically...
Mine are just growing into my face, and yeah, they're everywhere. They take it over.
Wee wing backs are getting deeper, but I tell you what...
My grey hair is like
still
COVID,
rocking it.
Just spreading. Matt Hall says, I love that goblet. Matt Corp says, love it, Kev. Wish we had the likes of you playing in the Derby game. So, I'll tell you a little secret, boys and girls. Kevin has not watched the South Wales Derby, and I think we'll all agree that he is very lucky that he didn't experience that shower of shit. So there we go.
No.
So Phil, I want to start today, mate. Obviously, we like to do the old would you rather's to get the show going.
Yeah.
And on the last episode, old JD, he sent one in for us, sent us an email, and we were all jolly and happy like we are now. And then it was like, I can't even remember what it was. It was something about would you rather a dying Scotsman or a Scotsman die or something else. Yeah. And it brought the tone down. We were all a bit sad.
See, when you just need your spirits lifted, I think JD comes in and just he does that job, doesn't he?
You want to see this email? So JD, he lives in America. He lives in New York. Okay, so he sent me a little message. Yeah, he doesn't watch it live because of time difference and all this sort of shit. So
does he not?
No, he just watches. He watches it afterwards.
Oh no.
So he sent us a little message, but Gavin says not worth watching. The South Wales derby, it was piss poor. Matt Corp said what a joke. James Costley straight in there with his Christmas films. We'll have a look at those later.
Hey, steady on, James. We're early doors yet, mate. You know you're excited. I know it's Christmas.
Just getting into the gin.
Come on, mate.
Gavin Randall says Gladiator, mate. That's not a Christmas film, is it?
Hold on a minute. Gladiator.
That's not.
When's that ever been a Christmas film?
Did it come out in December, maybe? I don't know. So straight, I'm not having that one at all. James Costley in there straight away with a would you rather. We'll have that in a minute.
Oh, come on then. Square go. Come on.
But, I'm going to read this message. So this is from JD, who sent that very dark would you rather. And it was...
He's from America. He's probably just counting his
He's a Welshman, though.
Is he?
Yeah. He's a Welshman living in New York.
Is he one of these Americans that pretends they're Welsh? So you've never heard them talk to you when you're on holiday in America. Oh, I'm Scottish. You're not Scottish, love. You're not Scottish. You weren't born in Scotland. No, but I've got Scottish blood. You've not got Scottish blood. It was probably about 75 to the rest. Honestly. The amount of people came up to me and said they were Scottish, it was like, you're not Scottish, mate. You're far from Scottish.
Say it to me all the time, mate. All the time. Gavin says he was only joking about Gladiator. I'm not so sure about that.
I don't think
it was a serious suggestion. He's taken over from Rob Boyle's. What did he suggest?
Rob.
Toy Story or something is the best. Moana is the best film ever. Yeah, I'm not forgetting that ever.
We will never forget that, Rob.
Never live that down. Right, we've got a couple of questions as well. We'll get to this. So JD sends a message. He says, "Dear lads, big fan of the channel. Thank you. The show is one of my faves." Good man. Good start. He said, "I said that would you rather with the best of intentions and obviously do not wish any harm to Scotsmen worldwide. It was a hypothetical scenario." He says, "With the dark theme continuing in this grim time of year." Okay. He says, "Please answer me the following. Would you rather accidentally send a naughty picture to your dad or your boss?"
Boss, but I'd probably prefer it to my dad. My dad would laugh it off.
Yeah.
Dad would actually say, "Go on, son." Who was that meant for?
Good effort.
Go on, wee man. Who was that meant for? My boss, on the other hand, maybe like.
Yeah. Come on, Kev. That's not professional.
No, it's not allowed in the workplace, that, Kevin.
Yeah. It's 2020, mate. Come on.
It's 2020, mate. You find yourself down at human resources in a minute. Trying to explain that.
And yeah, he says, have a good Christmas, have a great Christmas, and he says, "Kev, my wife is ready. Legs are King Kimbo." Okay. Regards, JD, a Welsh lad stuck in New York City.
Sounds good to hear.
JD, thank you for the message, mate. And
whereabouts?
It just says NYC.
And
yeah, he's like, "What's the address?"
Yeah.
Postcode, please.
Postcode. Might be out there next year. Just in case.
Steve McMahon says Gladiator is a Christmas film if you get it in the stocking.
This is my friend again. He's back.
Yes.
If you get it in the stocking, what do you mean? As in the DVD?
Yeah, if you get Gladiator for Christmas, then it becomes a Christmas film, I guess. But we're not having that. I'm not having that at all.
Stephen was recently isolated for COVID, and it's obviously affected his brain.
Yeah, he's got nuts. He's lost it. Yeah, Rob Boyle, maybe on the same lines. Is he coming back? He says Moana is still a goat.
Oh, I love. I don't know about you, mate. See when you're like really knackered and you think, oh, put a really classic on. You just go, you dig deep and you look for Nirvana, didn't you? That's what you go for. It's a go-to.
So as we're on, would you rather? Big James Costley says, would Kev rather be an English or a Jack? Straight in there.
Rather be English.
Asking a Scotsman if he'd rather be English or a Jack. Oof. Straight in there.
No,
no hesitation.
It's quite hard. I'd rather be English because my daughter's English, so there you go. I've got a minute bit of love for English, so there's a wee bit there. On the other hand, you can see that amount there for the Jacks, so that's there you go. Don't know if you can see it right in between there. That minuscule amount of friendly banter. It's just about there somewhere in between those fingers.
Andy John says we could do a Kev now. Rob Boyle sends in a would you rather. He says, would you rather, I got to read this right now. He said, would you rather Katie Price after a sesh with Duffy in brackets or Katie Hopkins?
Sorry, what? Ask
Katie Price or Katie Hopkins.
After a session?
He says after a sesh with Duffy.
Duffy who? What Duffy?
I don't know. I don't really.
Damien Duff?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Right.
Katie Price or Katie Hopkins, I don't think there's much of a... There's not much of a choice, is there?
Let's be honest, there's no choice there.
There's unless you've got like some sort of like granny... Not granny, but like older women fetish.
No, there's a weird thing. I've been to a few like events and stuff.
Rob Wright says Shane Duffy. So apparently Shane Duffy has been
what?
Katie Price, I suppose. I don't know. So basically, it sounds like Rob is saying, would you rather Katie Price after Shane Duffy or
straight
Hopkins?
after? As in 10 seconds after?
Like sloppy seconds, I suppose.
Well, sure, I fancy that.
Yeah. Katie Hopkins suddenly looks...
she sounds appealing all of
a wee bit more appetising.
I tell you.
There we go, the Scottish accent's in. Can't take it out.
That wasn't a bad for you.
That was a good one.
Katie.
It's the thought of
one of the
two. Jesus Christ, I'm not sure about that.
Where is this gone? This was not a football and a Christmas film show.
This is the Would You Rather's always starts off well, mate. But the thing is, that's the point of Would You Rather, isn't it? It's putting you in like a wee bit of discomfort.
Yeah, I think
because if they're easy, it's boring, isn't it? Because I did think, Katie Price or Katie Hopkins, that's easy, isn't it?
You don't know if Katie Hopkins been with somebody.
But you never know, do you? So yeah. But I suppose if it was a straight choice between the two, you'd go with Katie Price, I guess, wouldn't you?
Just walked out the room and gave us like a high five and said,
"Yeah, there you go."
Then I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, I got it. But then Katie Price is like throwing a sausage at Wyndham Arcade, isn't it? Not sure about that.
Then that could be the end of me. I could just get lost in it.
Yeah, well, Rob says sorry. He just came to him.
You've been thinking about it for a long time, Rob. So
yeah, he's been boiling that up since episode 1, I reckon. So let's try and take it like a bit.
Probably better going a little bit sort of the Christmas sort of theme, the family sort of theme.
Yeah, well, I don't think that was ever going to happen. Would you rather be able to travel everywhere for free or eat anywhere for free?
Well, that is a tough one because sometimes you go to places where they love giving you food and they're just like, here's a silver-headed stranger, come have some food. So, travel's appealing, but then again, you imagine walking into a place and they're just like, "Oi, get that down here." And your favourite restaurant? Oh no, I've got to go food, 100% food. You could travel anywhere. You can still travel anywhere for free. Use your legs.
Yeah. I guess it's like you could fly anywhere for free, and you could get a ferry.
The last show, somebody said something about flying at a really slow pace. Nobody wants to fly at that pace.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? I'm not sure about that one.
I think I'm filling the boots. I'm becoming a beast and just go like that. Every single place I go into, I go, whoa. eat some food.
If I could eat anywhere for free, I reckon I'd end up like about 50 stone, no?
Probably think about
die
you
of
could.
like
I'm
heart
way to go.
failure or
No, you can
something.
go that. Come on, sit your mates, your kids, and that. Go. Come on. I don't pay for food. Come on.
And plus, if you just because you can travel everywhere free doesn't mean everyone else can. So like, you'd be like, oh yeah,
That's what I mean.
let's go to Australia or
You'd
whatever
travel
tomorrow,
the world yourself.
and you'd be on
That's
your
what
own.
it would probably be an adventure, but
What would the people in the chat rather do? Would they rather travel everywhere for free or eat everywhere for free? And the next one is, I think
you
this
think
is.
about it, you could just pay for tickets around the world, and then you get there. Well, what am I going to do for food? I eat for free. There you go. So
what we should do is I get to travel everywhere for free. You get to eat everywhere for free.
Oh, mate.
And we're sorted. Jason Jones says travel everywhere for 100%. So does Gavin Randall, says travel everywhere for 100%.
What are you going to do once you've travelled the world? You're just going to go, now I'm going to starve.
Well, yeah, you can still eat. You just got to pay. You got to pay your way.
No, you can't do that.
Would you? This is a good one. Would you rather be funny, but really stupid, or boring but really smart?
Oh, smart all the way. Get yourself some incredible jobs. And listen, this is why I'm unemployed at the moment. I've got this superpower.
I love that.
It does not get you anywhere in life. Right? You could be a fucking barrel of laughs and skint. Thankfully, I fell upon a football career.
Yeah. Would have been just sat on my own.
I got sent out of school like that. Oh, fucking hope you make a footballer, mate.
Please don't fail.
Please don't fail as a footballer, mate. We'll see you at the job centre next week.
Would you rather be famous or rich?
Oh, rich every day of the week.
Yeah.
Who wants to be famous?
I know.
Who wants people annoying them? And then
just
no actually getting the perks
just
of it.
getting on your nerves, like.
If you're famous with money, maybe. But
would you rather like be like a multi-millionaire who no one knows who you are?
Oh, 100%.
Or a multi-millionaire where you followed around
question, isn't it?
by the paparazzi and
because there is perks to that as well. Because people like pay for you
get free.
You get free stuff and you get in places for free.
Yeah, like the richer you are, the more free stuff you get.
If you're minted, you're paying to go in places anyway, so you're not that bothered. I think you just want to be minted, don't you? Really?
Yeah, I always say, even if I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone. I'd just disappear.
I know. I won it last week, mate, and I never told anybody. That's why I'm sitting here.
Yeah, just pretending.
Just pretending.
Everyone's saying food, mate. Rob, James. James says eat. Yeah, they also food.
100% food. Then you can sell it. Why don't you just like go? Oh, thank you, and then you go there. You go $5 for this.
Jason Gavin says
then you can pay for
your food.
You can pay for your travel with your free food.
Reese David Evans said free food, free wives. I think it's only fair Kev has to pay for travel. Quite right, you've got to pay for something, haven't you?
The wives involved. Yeah, you've got to pay. Got to pay for the ticket.
Right. What else we got? James Costley says if you ain't famous, you don't have to walk on eggshells as much. It's very true. If no one knows who you are, you basically do what you want, can't you? Matt Hall says...
What's Matt saying? That's my friend.
He says, would you rather crisps and Coca-Cola or leftover Corfu special with salad?
100. But this is a personal question because he knows I love a leftover Corfu special, which is like a mixed kebab. You know, like when you have when you're on a night out and you have loads of food and you can't finish it, and it's still in the tray the next day.
Yeah,
it's perfectly good, isn't it? It's perfectly good.
You're damn right it is.
Do you go for it? Do you attack it the next day? I attack it.
Yeah,
I just think
100%, mate. I'd have it cold or hot. Depends how I feel. I'd eat it straight away. Sometimes I have breakfast,
if you have
sometimes
it
I
hot,
have for tea.
See, I'm one of these people, if you have it hot, you're drying it out, so you think to yourself...
Yeah, you got to be careful, haven't you?
Got to be careful. You've got the balance there.
Here's a question for you then.
Yep.
On the kebabs, do you only have them when you have a beer? Or
no,
would you... I have them. We like them, you know.
No,
nice.
I'd hail them.
Yeah, with the kids,
it's
we
like
have them with the kids, they love them. Kids love them.
It's like oxygen to me, kebabs.
Me and the missus will share like a big, like extra large one. The kids will share one.
Are you talking
Bloody
about
lovely,
what
like.
kind of kebab are you talking about? You talking
so,
about
we have like you have like we have a mixed kebab. So it's like a big tray, pita bread, and then you have some of the doner off the big elephant foot, and then you have some of the chicken tikka, and then you have loads of like salad and garlic sauce and barbecue sauce.
Decent.
Back in the day, I used to have garlic and chili sauce, but I obviously with Crohn's disease, chili sauce is not, kebab's not good for it, but chili sauce is a no go for me.
Okay.
So we have barbecue sauce, barbecue and gotta be barbecue and garlic sauce though.
I love garlic sauce. I'm the same. I like. I'm no see, but the doner kebab, that is a big bag of heartburn for me the next day. So
yeah,
I'm a fan of the mixed kebab.
What, mate?
Big fan.
When you come down to Cardiff and we film that thing, we will. I wasn't supposed to talk about that. Top secret. But when you come down to Cardiff, we will. I'll take you to my kebab place.
Okay.
Proper.
Sounds good to me.
Proper. Let's have a look at some of these comments. James Costello, we read that one. Oh, Steve McMahon. Big Steve.
McMahon. Oh, Big
Stevie. He says, would you rather go paintballing or a pedalo ride in Ireland? I feel like there's a story behind that.
There is 100% a story behind that.
Come on, then.
Well, I was on
story time.
I was on a stag do. It's about him, thankfully. It's not about me.
No, okay.
I was on a stag do in Ireland, a little place called Banter. We went on. We've been drinking heavily for a couple of days. Anyway, we go in the middle of nowhere where there is one pub, there is a dock, there is about 7 pedalos that are tied up for the winter because it is very, very cold. And the guy says to us, "Do you want to go paintballing?" And we were like, "Nah, mate, it's so cold. We're hungover." Me and my Scottish pals were just like, "You guys just enjoy yourself." So we're having a few drinks in this pub. You can see one of my friends disappearing, Stephen McMahon. He disappears for a wee bit, and we're all like, kind of, what's happened with him? Anyway, we go down to have a look, and he is in the docks on a pedalo that has been tied up for winter that should not be in the docks because there is a lot of ferries coming in and out of that dock area. And it's winter, and these things should be out. Anyway, anybody with some sort of sense in their mind would just pedal their arses back to the shore, tie it back up. But he couldn't figure out how to pedal the thing back into the shores. So for the next hour or so, he was going around in a circle, whilst the ferries were still trying to navigate the bay. So it was just like, just like there was an actual ferry shimmying around a pedalo to try and dock into a ferry. So eventually it was just like,
he went,
please come back, please. But we couldn't get a hold of him on his phone. He couldn't get signal. So we're like, what's he doing? Why is he not coming back in? He'd been out there for about an hour and a half. He's been soaked through. The rain started to come through. Like, surely he wants to come back in. Anyway, go back up to the bar that we were drinking in. The girl behind the bar has got a canoe, so like the Baywatch music comes on. Boom, 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 boom. She's like, boom, 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 boom. She goes, grabs the canoe in the pub, and she's like, I'll go and get him.
Runs. Jesus.
Some people turn to the mountain. This big, slightly overweight girl, barmaid, still in her barmaid gear, starts going, comes down, chucks it into the thing, goes out, gets him, ties him up, takes him back.
Oh my word. Classic.
He is soaked through. And Stephen,
he made it. He's safe.
He made it home, and he's alive today to tell the story.
Tell the story. He lets you tell the story for him.
Yeah, I like
even better.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So, yeah, look. Lots of comments and questions. Let's have a quick look at these. What else we got? Gavin Randall says he'd rather paintballing. No, yeah.
He'd rather go paintballing into the pub.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. Gavin. I think no, yeah knows you because he said something else about it. His YouTube name is no, yeah. So his first comment was, "Tell the Silverback that Sunderland are losing to Wimbledon, and if it stays the same, I'm looking for a new partner to build the Benidorm Fund up."
Yeah,
and then he commented a bit later on. He said, "Ask Kevin about the time he got knocked over by a golf buggy."
Oh, yeah. Do you want to hear that story?
Oh, yeah. I certainly do.
Well, it's not a good story. Or my part, anyway. Right. So, see when you're on holiday and you're on these all-inclusive places and it's... Well, I'm staring, like, I'm looking in through a creche. My wife had been drinking at the time and I'd lost her. So I thought, she's maybe taking the kids up to the kids club. So anyway, I'm standing there looking through to the kids club on this cart path. And anyway, it's getting quite dark. I'm trying to look through this thing. And then I had black on. I had all black on. So there's a guy driving the golf buggies, just like driving them around the place.
Yeah.
Think to yourself, you'd like to think these guys would see a human being on one of these golf thingies. But they didn't.
No.
So, as I'm looking through this thing, trying to see if my kids are in there, I get knocked over.
Jesus.
So
that is dodgy as hell.
Yeah. Oh, no, honestly, I was on the floor. I was like, oh my God. And I've got a plate in my leg from when I broke my leg. I was like, oh my God, my plate in my leg. I'm on holiday. Curled up in a ball. And anyway,
and
I didn't...
Lee Trundle got from behind the wheel.
The guy
said, "All right, kid."
This guy come in and went, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I am in a rush. I have to go."
I'm in a rush. I've never driven one of these before.
He's like, "Mate, it's all right, mate. I've only broke my leg. It's fine. Just you head off, mate." Anyway, mate, could you give us a lift to the nearest hospital? Nah, they just shot off.
Jesus.
I thought.
Did you not get any proper damage?
Nah, it was one of them. Just
the shock pride, of it, like
my pride and my just badly bruised.
It's just funny though, Scottish hard man.
As I looked up, there was a lot of English tourists, and I was like, "Oh no,
can't show any,
can't show pain."
No
even
witness.
Though I was sitting there, inside, I'm like. Outside, I'm like, "Oh, you joker, you cheeky rascal."
You cheeky bugger.
You need to put your contacts in.
Nice. Jason Jones says leftover kebab is delicious. Kelly says elephant leg, and then she just put like a sick emoji. Rob Boyle says you should have a bit of mint, like the yogurt and mint sauce on your kebab.
No, I hate that minty sauce.
Oh, Jesus. Rob is having a nightmare. Nightmare.
See, when you suggest something good, we are going to actually stop and just stand up and applaud you.
That's it, mate.
Because
I think
at this moment in time, you are so far behind it. It's unbelievable. Moana. There was another one. I don't even know what the other one was.
It was something else bad. Last week, wasn't it? It was terrible.
Really, really bad film choice.
Come on, up your game, Rob. Come on.
Rob, you're actually going first on this Christmas list.
Yeah, spot on,
because we are going to pick the bones of you so badly.
Rip you apart.
We're going to like a couple of raptors.
This is going to be, I think this will be the last Would You Rather, unless we get a particularly good one. Liam Kelly says, would you rather two-footed a 50-50 with Lee Trundle or Alan Tate?
I've never played against Lee Trundle, so I'd probably say Alan Tate.
What was he like? He seems like a bit of a cock, to be honest.
I don't. I just I don't
He might
know
not
the guy.
be like.
I don't know the guy. Don't know the guy. Don't
Is
know
it him? I always get him and the other one who used to play centre back mixed up. What's his? And I always forget which one. One of them is like a bit of a dick, and then the other one's alright.
No, one of them looks like Beaker. You know, Beaker from Sesame Street. Yeah, probably do him in. Who's Beaker from Sesame Street?
I don't know. It's Alan Tate. Who was the other? There was another centre back around the same time.
Go and Google. Go on your computer there and go Google.
Go on my second screen.
Beaker.
Sesame Street.
That is Alan Tate. Yeah, I'll two for him just because he looks like Beaker.
Alan Tate doesn't look like him, mate. Oh, I know it is though. You just remind.
It's the wee guy off of Sesame Street.
Oh, it's the other one.
Beaker, is it?
What's his name?
Mad
Gary Monk. Thank you, Jamie. Gary Monk.
He doesn't look like Beaker.
Is the other one.
What's on?
What's going on? It is Gary Monk.
Looks like Beaker.
I would if we had a script and we stuck to anything and we planned this show, I'd have side by side like we could have had a side by side image. Yeah, it is Gary Monk. He does look like Beaker. Gotta say, yeah, he does. Yeah, look, I'll bring it. I'd even bring it up for you. Look,
can you bring it up?
I can bring it up. Yeah,
that's technology. That's incredible technology up there.
Oh, it's flickering. There you go. Can you see him? It's Beaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Beaker. Wee Beaker. Wee Beaker.
Wee Beaker.
But yeah, so if people send in more would you rather's, then I might do it. And I know like a couple of people have sent in super chats on YouTube and stuff recently on some of the live shows. Obviously, I will read out those because they're sending beer money and stuff. So we've got to always going to read those. But just double check now. Questions. So there was a couple of questions. Obviously, you didn't see the old South Wales derby on the weekend. Rob Boyle says he's already got his list.
Rob is always ready with his list.
Jason Jones, just says, Jason Dave Jones says, Alan Tate shagged my missus a few years ago. Both dirty rats. And then he follows that up with another comment and says Xmas. He does say Xmas. He says Alan mate shagged his missus. Jesus. Yeah. Jesus. Maybe he does deserve a 2-footed tackle.
Your missus is a real down low life because he's not even good looking, is he? Let's be honest. See if it was like George Clooney or something, you'd be like
rub it into him, mate. Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying. I'm saying she's a horrible vampire.
I don't want to use the words. I can't believe it. Well, we don't swear on this show. It's unbelievable.
No, we don't use those sort of languages. But listen, mate, she's horrible. You've dodged your bullet.
You could do better.
Because if it was George Clooney, you would probably shake his hand and say, "Listen, George, you're a hell of a guy. You're a better guy. You just move your way." But with him,
Jason, he says they both aren't good looking.
Well, mate, listen.
It's supposed to be a Christmas special. This is not
Jerry Springer, but.
Do you know though? One of the ideas we had for this show was that people write. Yeah, sort of. I was gonna invite people to write in with like Dear Deirdre type things and say Dear Kev, and like tell us their real life problems, real life problems, and then you give advice. Dear Kevin,
some of the worst advice you've ever heard in your life.
Right, okay, we'll add that segment for the next show.
That is the next show.
Dear Kevin segment.
Dear Kevin, anything you're struggling with.
Obviously, if anyone who's watching now wants to send in.
And maybe help you a wee bit.
Maybe, just a little bit. But if anyone wants to send in like a Dear Kevin in before the show, Si and Kev will fix it, Rob Boyle says. I think I'm not too happy about that.
That lines.
I know, I'm not too happy about that. No, we're not going there.
No.
Woo! So, let's have a look what else we got. A few people saying. Michael Jones says, good crack. Free travel for me, Steve McMahon says. He says eating's cheating. Gavin Randall says he doesn't drink much, that's why he goes with the travel. With the food, rather.
Randall.
Gavin was the one who said, he said paintballing instead of pedalo, didn't he? And you said, well, would rather go paintballing instead of the pub.
Then go to the pub.
And he says he doesn't drink much, so why would he go to the pub?
Oh, well.
And he also gave us an update from the Wolves Chelsea game, 2-1 to Wolves.
I was going to put Wolves. Oh, fancy Wolves. Fancied Wolves. I can't lie.
And Michael Jones says, Kev, come on, mate. He's thinking of getting back with her. I don't know if I think he might be referring to Jason. I don't know. God knows.
He's thinking of getting back with
I don't know. I'm losing track. There's quite a lot of comments. Oh, Jamie Anderson says, Super Kev, Dear Kev in brackets.
Hello.
So it's the first Dear Kev. But he's been a bit sneaky because he's not asking for advice. He says, Dear Kev, can you just wish my wife, Natalie, a happy 31st birthday?
Natalie, have a fantastic 31st birthday. And I'll see you soon.
That wasn't creepy at all.
It's not.
And with this behind me as well. Just the two eyes are glaring.
Look into the eyes, not around the eyes, into the eyes.
But like we decided on the last episode, it was the title of last time's episode was Smolder or Scottish Glare, and we decided it was Smolder.
It was definitely Smolder.
He's got the look. So, if you've got any questions or you want us to talk about a particular subject, send them in. If you have like a Dear Kev where you would like us to give you real life advice, you can crack on. Be interesting what we will do. Oh, I had a would you rather. I thought this one while I was on the toilet the other day. So it was a cracker. Would you rather, Kevin McNaughton?
What's that?
That Star Wars never existed. Like there was nothing to do with Star Wars. It was never created. No TV shows, comics, films, nothing. Or would you rather the MCU never existed? So no Marvel films, no interconnected universe, no Endgame, no TV shows, no nothing. Which one would you bin off?
Marvel or
Star Wars?
I'm going to say Marvel. Why? Why are you upset?
Star Wars is nothing compared to
Star Wars
Marvel.
Is everything.
I like Star Wars, but like compared to Marvel,
but
the MCU is a work of genius.
Yeah, there's a few good ones
films,
there, but they started the thing. They started this. They started it.
You could argue without Star Wars, there wouldn't have been an MCU because they were the first kind of interconnected universe. But equally, the MCU is a work of genius, and I won't have a word said against it.
MCU,
the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Is that the name of it? See, you're a boffin. So you're no impartial.
I love it, mate.
I'm impartial.
Impartial. Steve says that's a strange thing to think about while you're on the toilet. Yeah, well, sometimes my best ideas come from there in the office. Oh, James with an interesting one, and I'm going to allow it, even though I said no more would you rather's. He says, James Costley says, would you rather have a Brummie accent or chlamydia? Oof. I think I'd go for the Brummie accent, I've got to be honest.
I'm heading to the clinic, to be honest with you.
What are you doing? You're shuffling about there.
I know, I'm just trying to fix my
taking your trousers off.
Spilt a drink, mate. I've just spilt a drink.
Ah, you spilled the goblet.
Managed to spill a drink.
Jeez.
Yep.
What's that drawing behind you? The bottom one.
This? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the bottom one. It's like a flying bus.
Right, this is my kids. So this is obviously takes pride of place in the house.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is Fortnite. Sorry, Fortnite.
Ah, right. Okay.
So that's the flying
bus dropping in.
It's
the bus dropping in.
Area. And this is from my daughter doing a rainbow with us involved in it. So
I see. Quality. So I tell you what you could do, Kev. You know those pictures you showed me just before the show? Show the people those two pictures and we'll decide which one looks more like you. We'll vote.
Right, 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're alright, buddy.
Right, we're looking at a couple of things. badly done paninis. This is called. I bought these things online. Badly drawn paninis. So you can decide which one is the worst. My Aberdeen one. I'm going to find it here for a second. I think.
Which one looks more like Kevin McNaughton?
Can you see us there?
Where are you? You just go to the right a little bit, or the left.
This way.
That's it. There he is, Kevin
Is that me?
McNaughton. Woo! Beautiful. Was that you? Was that you in your peak? Was it in your prime?
Oh, that's me in my prime there. That's me in my plum. Just
you got that one?
I headed out. Oh, we have this one, the Cardiff one, which I think is.
There we go. Look, got the eyes down there, hasn't he? Beautiful.
You see, he's all right.
And there's Kevin McNaughton in a Cardiff City shirt. So, which one of those do the people think looks more like Kevin McNaughton? Right. There's the vote. There's the vote.
There's a vote for you.
There's the vote, vote, vote. So yeah, you mentioned, Kev, to me that you have a box of props next to you.
Yes. Oh Christ, I'm not going to them, alright?
Yeah, dig into them. A couple of people saying the Cardiff one's the best straight away. I'm not sure if they might be biased, though. I've got to be honest. They, favouring the Cardiff City ones. It's an interesting one, really. What is? Yeah, look, there we go. The Goldie-looking chain, that isn't it?
There's all sorts of props in there, guys. But this is one that stood the test of time. This wee guy. This one has stood the test of time. The Captain Jack has always stood the test of time, you know.
Wow.
That will always stand the test of time.
He's been in a spot of bother lately.
Has he? What's he been up to?
He was in court, wasn't he, for battering his missus or something.
Oh, I tell you
Jesus. Something wrong with these celebrities, I'm telling you.
Couple more of these, I tell you.
He'd have the goblet.
Right, I'll dig in again. See if I've got any more.
What else you got? Let's move along.
Right.
They are. Craig says there, Kev. They are looking for a new Captain Jack Sparrow now, so maybe you could be. You could be it. The Scottish
Christmas.
Captain
I've
Jack.
got a Christmas one.
Here we go.
One.
Now Christmas special. It's been a bit dark so far. Need to
this
brighten things up.
It's a bit more friendly, isn't it? Even though it's got a wee bit.
There we go. It's Christmas. Let's brighten this stuff up.
Oh, going the wrong way around, but here we go. My ears are on the wrong way around, but
Elf like.
Right, there's one.
Like it.
Right, last. Oh, here we go.
Last one.
I'll tell you what. I'll try and find the bees.
Defamation. Yeah, defamation case. It was. Matt Hall has just reliably informed me. It was a defamation case which he lost. So they are looking for a new Captain Jack Sparrow, and it is Kevin McNaughton. I think that we can all agree on.
Reggae sauce.
So, Kev.
Yeah.
Just while we're chit chatting and waiting, building up, got a little thing. So we're going to do a little off the cuff Magnificent Seven. Do you know what the Magnificent Seven is?
Yeah.
I like it. Magnificent Seven is 7 quickfire questions where you just answer the first thing. So I'm going to do this off the cuff. I haven't got them in front of me. I'm making them up as I go along.
No worries.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Why?
Because he's brilliant.
Ronaldo's better.
Ronaldo's an athlete. Messi's a baller.
I accept that. Steve McPhail or Graham Kavanagh?
I never played with Graham, so I'm going to say Steve. Because he's a better... Stephen once surfed me.
He surfed you?
He used me as a surfboard once.
What, in the sea?
No, on the floor.
Well, just did a goal celebration, surfed you.
No, he used me as a human surfboard once on a night out.
Excellent.
Yep. So there's some trivia for you.
He was Nostradamus might come up in the pub quiz.
Pub quiz. Which human being was used as a surfboard by Dave McPhail after they won this championship?
Quality. How many questions have I done? 2.
These are meant to be quick fire. Come on.
I know.
Do it quicker. Come on.
Who is the greatest Scotsman who's ever lived? Doesn't have to be football related.
Oh, William Wallace.
William Wallace. Is he Braveheart, is it? Freedom! Wrong film?
No, same film.
There we go. Angriest teammate.
Angriest? Oh. See, playing golf? Andrew Taylor.
Is he angry? He always seemed quite
one
quiet.
of the angriest human beings on the planet playing golf. Honestly.
Laziest trainer.
Laziest trainer. That's a toughie. That's no quick firing. I need to think. Laziest trainer.
All right, I'll let you come back to that one. Aberdeen or Aberdeen or Dundee.
What for?
Whatever you want. Football,
Yes,
it could be place.
I brought the Dundee supporter, so I have to say Dundee. Even though
Dundee.
I love Aberdeen. I love
so
Aberdeen.
who was the laziest trainer?
Laziest trainer? Oh my god. So
Jet.
many.
Got to be
So
Jet,
many.
surely. Was he a lazy trainer?
Nah, he was just a gangster. Just like a London gangster.
He's a good footballer. Like, he had the ability, didn't he?
Yeah, I tell you what.
Just, I wonder what he's doing now. Does he still play, do you reckon?
Don't know.
Someone have a look.
Lazy trainer. Lazy. Try to think. It's hard to get away with being lazy, yeah? I had a guy called Leon Mike who pretended he had asthma for about 20 years. And then he was really, really, really lazy.
Well, he just didn't. You trying to say he didn't have didn't have asthma?
He didn't have asthma.
That's unbelievable.
He had.
And
he had can't be asthma. That's what he had.
And then the final question is: Who is the better striker? No, I won't say that. I'll say you can just choose Andy Campbell or Robert Earnshaw.
You're asking me. I've not
tough
seen
questions.
I've obviously seen a lot of Robert. Not seen Andy, but I've had a few drinks with Andy, so I've obviously got to go and lean towards Andy because I've had a few drinks with him.
Yeah, see.
Andy's. So I'm just going to say Andy. Fuck it. Yeah, because if you keep Robert on the pitch, do Cardiff get promoted? There you go. There's the conundrum you face.
Spot on.
That is what you face.
And now we've got some questions coming in there now. But Gavin Randall says Robert Earnshaw over Andy. He says Earnshaw over Campbell, and then he follows it up by saying, "Please don't tell Andy." Well, I tell you what.
Well, listen.
I'm going to send this clip to Andy straight away.
Who said that? What's his name?
Big Gav.
Oof.
In trouble.
I'd like to be in your shoes next time you're on Andy's show.
James Costley says Michael Chopra or Jay Bothroyd.
Chops.
Oof, it's a difficult one, isn't it?
Nope.
Tough one, that is.
It's really easy.
Why?
Because one's their natural striker and the other one's very good player, but just doesn't. There you go. One enjoys burgers.
You were like, how can I say
this?
this?
There you go. Yeah, go on.
Don't quite know what I'm going to say.
Continue.
Jet, Craig being on the Google machine, and he says that Jet plays for Livingston now, so he's up Scotland way. Is Livingston near you?
I didn't think his career would improve from leaving Cardiff, but he's gone to Libby, to the Scottish. Oh,
where's Livingston compared?
Scottish,
where in Scotland is it?
I mean, that's the Scottish Arsenal. That's
is it? Is it up in the Highlands?
Obviously, apart from the finances, but no, it's not. Livingston is not far from Glasgow, mate. It's just outside.
No, is it? So where is Livingston? Also, is where HMRC is based. No correlation. What's like the furthest Scottish football club towards the Highlands?
The furthest north.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that's John O'Groats FC, obviously.
Are they like right up there? Geography is not my strong point.
So you've got Inverness, who's majorly north. They're the biggest team. They're the biggest team northish. So you've got Inverness. Higher than that,
Is that Inverness, Caledonian Thistle?
Yes. above that, you've got Ross County, who are another bigger club.
Okay.
And then you have teams like, I think, there's no many. Then you've got Highland League teams, which doesn't really count. It's like saying non-league teams and stuff.
Okay. Got you. Matt Hall says, would you rather prefer to play for Swansea City or Dundee United? So is Dundee United, that's the other Dundee, is it?
See, you need to start doing your research. Okay? Can't just wander in here with your Dundee Uniteds and Dundees, okay?
Just
don't know what you're talking about. Don't half-arse it. Dundee's a team, United are the enemy.
Okay.
Cardiff are the team.
We don't like them.
Swansea are the enemy. So that's it.
Okay. Which enemy would you play for?
Play for your childhood enemies or play for your adopted adult enemies.
Got to pick one, mate. It's like asking me, who would you rather play for, Swansea or Liverpool? I'd rather.
What team do you support?
Cardiff City.
Yeah, but Liverpool. Why was that?
I just hate them, mate, with a passion. They really grind my gears. I just because when I was little.
What have they done to you? Because
when I was little.
Did they hurt you when you were little?
They have hurt me a lot over the years. When I was little, in primary school, like really little, like 6, there used to be beanbags in the classroom, and then you come in from break time playing football, and everyone would run in and they'd say, "Oh, this is the Liverpool beanbag, this is the Man United beanbag, this is the Nottingham Forest beanbag," and everyone used to sit on the Liverpool beanbag, and I was like, "I don't want to sit on the Liverpool beanbag. I'm going to sit on the Nottingham Forest beanbag," and it's just because I didn't want to be with everyone else, and then it kind of grew from there, and then it's got bitter over the years. It
sounds like it's got better.
They cheat. Now. They support racists. They always seem to get the benefit of VAR. It's never ending. But I say that I dislike Liverpool the football club a lot. But I have a lot of close personal friends who are die-hard Liverpool fans. So I don't let it take over my life or anything. I just hate them with a passion.
It sounds like it.
They made me sad.
Well, it sounds quite bad considering. I would play for Dundee United. I would have a wee game for Dundee United. Because
it's local.
It's local and a place crap. Really, it turned up when our knees on my head. So that yes, let's go, come on.
So Craig is doing some phenomenal research on the Google machine. He says he only joined Livingston this year, but previous to that, he was playing in Thailand for Pit Rayong.
Oh, Pit Rayong, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know
top club, isn't he? Yeah, very familiar with them.
Big fan of them over the years.
Well, the thing is, you wouldn't come in.
See the result with Taekwondo. That was a real. I thought that. See when he drew with them 5-0.
I did, yeah, 5-0.
I thought it was
the quality of the defending. It was what really stood out for me.
Tell you what, that's when Jet shined. I thought. So.
Well, the thing is, mate.
So what you saying?
You would never come into this show unprepared, half-arse it, because that's not the sort of person you are.
I knew he played for them.
Yeah, you're just seeing if anyone else was willing to put the legwork in that you have.
I wouldn't push a boat like that. So, you guys don't know your taekwondo is from your Hokan toes.
Reese David Evans says, quick fire question. Who is the best looking wife of a teammate? Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can ask that.
I think best looking wife?
Could you
think.
This be the first question, you dog?
No,
you dodge.
I will answer this. I need to think of somebody who I'm never going to come in contact with again. I'm going to... The best looking wife.
Gonna skip it?
No, I'm not. No.
No, I'm not. That you went super Scottish there.
Andreas Meyer.
I thought you were going to say, what's his head there?
Andreas Meyer.
Who's the one with the...
Because I'm never going to see that arsehole again. And his missus was beautiful. And she was only 10 years younger than him. And she had massive personality. Okay? She had one of the most perfect personalities you've ever seen in a young German girl.
I am going to clip that.
What? You're going to clip what?
Going to clip that
massive German
massive personality, and I'm going to clip that, and I'm going to use that to promote our top quality professional show. James Costley says, has Kev ever seen Burniston, the TV show?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Cracking show.
Quality show.
That's
it's
up
on
there
Netflix
with chewing
now.
the fat. Up there.
Chewing the fat. Wow, that chewing the fat, and Rabsy Nesbitt. I used to love a bit of that when I was younger.
Burnistoun's the same.
Yeah, I've watched Burniston actually recently on Netflix, on the old Netflix machine.
Is it on? Burnistoun's not Netflix.
It is, man. Maybe it's on the American one, but it's on there because I watched both. So.
You're off your... You're talking
Off your rocker.
You're talking nonsense.
Rob Boyle is back. He's back in with a question. This is a good one. He's going to redeem himself.
I love listening to Rob. Come on, Rob.
Big Rob Boyle says, do you have a favourite piece of memorabilia?
Well, it's on my walls. The good stuff's on the walls, so...
Come on, Kev. Which one?
Oh, that's fine.
Is that a black shirt above you? Just by the kids' drawings? Yeah, the black and yellow one.
Do you want to see one of the best?
Do
you want to see one of the best rugby players I've ever played with? There you go. Where is he? Right, tell me when you can see the best rugby player you've ever seen.
Darcy Blake there. Gavin Ray, Big Gav Ray. He's been on the channel. Can't fault him. Who's that?
Hold on. I think
who's next to Jay Bothroyd there? Who's that? Someone tell me who that is.
Can you not see this guy? Oh, you remember the best rugby tackle you've ever seen? At Cardiff City Stadium. Against Leicester.
He was beautiful, wasn't he? Still game, yeah, it's a good show. Guy Gabo Jeepers, that's the one. Good shout.
What rugby player?
Craig Sullivan questions Don Cowie's wife. Was she pretty? I don't know.
I still speak to her. I can't say a thing, so that's why
you can't discuss that whatsoever. Ian Curtis says Kev is quietly getting pissed. Who can blame him? I don't think there's anything quiet about it.
I'm doing this loudly, mate. I'm doing this very loudly.
Gavin is not happy that I criticise Liverpool whatsoever. You can't help it if they cheat and they supported Luis Suarez. What do you want me to do?
Guys, I want an honest
opinions now. Come on, let's have a serious conversation.
I've just dug into my thing and I found a red.
Back to the props.
This is a bit controversial.
Oh, come on, mate.
What you thinking of this? It's red though, and
what you want to do is get some blue paint, blue fabric paint.
What are you thinking, guys?
Get some blue fabric paint.
Should have chucked this in a bin, or should I keep hold of it for memorabilia's sake?
Burn it.
Let's ask
that
people.
Badge, mate. It's that badge.
What do
the people say? It's that badge, mate. I can't handle it.
Can you know? Sorry. Bear with us. Come back.
Jesus, that's a hat and a half, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, it's the wrong one.
It's like a leprechaun hat, but in blue.
Well, I've told you. I've got a props bench right there, so I just keep diving in.
It's professional, mate, didn't you? That's what you've got to say.
Selling watches.
Did Gabo, Reese saying here, did Gabo Gipez used to turn up to every game in a taxi?
How would I know that? How would genuinely? Well, I don't know. Hope he did. I like that story. I'm going to keep that going. Yes, I'm going to say yes. It was a Polish taxi.
Oh, okay.
It was his brother's. It was his missus. No, I'm going to make up the story. It was his missus' brother's taxi, and
they sold it to their neighbours.
No. It was him that moulded his gum shield that he wore every game, and it was blessed by a Polish priest, his gum shield. 15 times before a game. That's why the taxi had to go past the church on the way to the game. There you go. There's the story. Keep that going.
Ian Curtis, this is a quality question. He says, what did the players think at the time about the red rebrand? Obviously, they didn't get involved in it, but they knew the fans weren't happy, surely.
Yeah, it was just...
It's a bit of a weird one, no?
No, it was an awkward circumstances. Couldn't do anything about it. And then... for me, it was like our strongest year, so... It's just hard.
It's such a good team, didn't we, at that point?
Good team, so you couldn't have faulted the team. At the same time...
It took the edge off, though, do you think?
Oh, 100%, yeah. But you couldn't do anything about it. There was a lot of fans. I give a ticket to every now and again. The guy who just cut my grass, God rest his soul, he's passed away now. He said to me, I don't actually want to be here, but at the same time, I don't know if I'll ever see my team get in the Premier League, so that's what it meant to him. So it's hard.
I stopped going. I did.
I know you did that. It's hard.
I told this story before. I'm not going to tell it again. But I know people who fell out with people, like close friends who'd sat next to each other for like 25 years watching Cardiff, and
you should never fall out with your mates.
Just fall out. Football, no, you shouldn't. But it was very like people were so hurt by it, and I think people outside of football, like people who don't follow football, whether it's like a wife or a girlfriend, they don't understand it, do they?
See what gets me about it?
There was no need for it?
Nah, it's just... People value their own football club exactly the same, whether it's Real Madrid, Celtic or anything else. But could you imagine Real Madrid or a Celtic going, no, by the way, we're just going to change... Our owner's going to come in here and change our ships to black. Celtic,
these wouldn't do it, would they?
I'm going to change our ships to blue because that's just right. So why should Cardiff be inferior? Why should not have a say about that? Why? Because we're apparently smaller. We just got it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's exactly the same. It should come to a vote. It should be cast upon a vote. Things like that. You know,
yeah, the fans have got to be involved in that decision, I think, haven't they?
Let's be honest. These are the people who go and buy things. This is the people who go and pay for strips. This is the people who... Why would the heritage that's been along with their fathers, the fathers before them, who see it as a rivalry, as a blue versus white, as in a... I just can't see it any other club. A Celtic thing, green and white versus a blue. Hold on a minute, we're going to change the red.
It's a misjudgment, to say the least.
It's one of the biggest misjudgments in football, I think. And at the end of the day, if you think about it clearly, if we'd have got promoted in them blue strips, he'd have been a hero. He would have been. He would have been an absolute legend of the football club. Eh? But
spot on, mate.
The problem is now.
The edge has always been taken, hasn't it?
He will. That will never happen now. No matter what he does in the future, it will never happen because he's fought against people, and that's the problem. Eh?
Yeah, like people have. I know, like a lot of people have kind of forgiven him because. You
can forgive him and you can do this and that, but listen, if he'd have been the first chairman in charge of this football club and pumped the money he did into the club, and we'd been in blue, and we'd have won the league.
Would have been even more special.
He'd have no, it wouldn't be that. He would have the keys to the city. He'd have been.
Oh, gotcha. He'd have had more wives offered to him than you.
I tell you what, a couple more maybe, but he would have had a good time of it. Nah, he would have. Let's be honest.
Super chat from Gaz Covins.
Right, I need to find someone else in there.
He said, if West Ham did that, I'd riot, bruv. And there you go. I think, and I think like most clubs looking from the outside, looking at what was going on at Cardiff, they were like, oh, if they'd done that at my club, we'd never accept it. But Cardiff, it was so weird the way it just seemed to happen so quickly.
Yep.
They just were like it was like rebrand. This is the plan. The fans kicked off. They said, all right, we're not doing it. And then they kind of said, "Oh, but if we don't do it, we're going to be in a lot of financial trouble." So a portion of the fan base was like, "Oh, well, then we'll have to do it." And then suddenly it was back on, it was done, and before you knew it, we had this BMAT badge, and it was very strange the way it was all done.
It was loads of lies, big fat lies.
Yeah. I find it difficult to put into words how I feel about it, because it affected my relationship with Cardiff City, like in terms of a fan to the club. Like forever, it's been changed from what it was. Like my habits on a Saturday, mate, have changed now.
I'm a Dundee fan, right? And they're not great. Really gritty football club. I've still never changed my support for them.
No.
Whether we're in League One or we're in the bottom league, or we're in... But then it's weird that people, because of that situation, suddenly your team's in the top flight club, and you're thinking, this is not really my club really anymore.
Yeah. I when we got promoted, I went to, because I was in this position where I just didn't feel right, but I was like, well, no, I've been waiting for this all my life, and the Man United game particularly, I was like, I would have gone to this with my father. I used to watch Man United with my father when I was a kid before he died. I was like, I should go to this game. Like, this is a massive game for me personally. Mm-hmm. Cardiff versus Man United in the Premier League. So I went, and I just didn't. I didn't enjoy it. It felt really weird watching Cardiff, the home team, in red, versus United, the away team, in, I think they wore like navy blue or something, and it just didn't feel right. My relationship with Cardiff as a fan had changed, and then what happened then when I stopped going is my habits changed on a Saturday. So instead of on a Saturday, like dropping the kids up to the in-laws and me and the missus getting ready to go and having a few beers and going to the football, I was doing something else. And once your habits change, like, it's different then, isn't it?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, and I know people who are in exactly the same boat. Like, they used to go every Saturday without fail. They'd be out all day, and then when they stopped going, they were doing other stuff. They were doing work around their house or their garden, or they were meeting up with a different set of people. And it's a tricky one. A couple of questions on that. And I know it's difficult. Like, it's difficult for you. Obviously, you were, as far as you were concerned at the time, you were just looking at the football side of it, and you just wanted to get to the Premier League, and you wanted to get promoted. Yeah. But it's got to have been difficult for the players. Was there any players like who were like particularly outspoken about it, like whether for or against, or were like, what's all the fuss about?
No, not at all. There was nothing. There's nothing major at all. We talk about the start of the season. It was like it's no big finance. We're just having a good. I think was talk about loads of finances coming in. If we turned to red, we did this, and we were just like, it's not about the finances. It's about getting a good squad together that's going to be able to challenge. And then he went. I think he said he wasn't going to do it, and then next thing he was. So it was tough on that part. It just became hard when you were wearing those red strips. It was like it was like a piss take. It wasn't a piss take to the fans. It was a rebellion to the fans. Some embraced it, some didn't.
But the people who embraced it, it was almost like emotional blackmail, wasn't it? Because when they first said, no, we're not going to do it, because the fans had complained, they kind of put out this weird statement of like, if we don't go to red, there's going to be a lot of financial problems. You're only going to put the money in. Only going to put the money in if you go red.
If we get a wee bit right,
I didn't like that part of it. Michael Darch, says, staying with the red era, what were your thoughts on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Did you ever think he would go on to manage Manchester United?
Did I ever think he was going to manage another football club?
Was he as tactically clueless as I think he was? It's
just really. No, listen, I find them really awkward to deal with. I don't rate. I never really rated him as a tactical manager. It was hard. I found him hard work. Really, he told me at the start, like I signed a new deal, a year deal, and all he said to me was, "Oh, you're in the same you're," and he said it to me while I was in the gym. So imagine me just bench pressing or something like that. Not a
massive bench pressing, like
110 kgs, and I'm just like, whoa, sorry mate, one handed. It was like, yeah, you're in the same position as last year. Bolton have come in for loan for you, so you might as well do what you need to do. If you need to do that, it's fine. We won't stand in your way. I was like, we did this in the gym, mate. We could have done it in his office. Could have had a wee chat about it.
Do it. Treat me like a professional.
Not even that. It was just like, I just thought to myself, this is. I didn't want to be around this place if it's going to be like this.
Yeah.
So I left, and it never worked out for us. If I'd have stayed, if I said that a genuine, this is no doubt. I said to Major, I said he'll not be here for much longer. Before I left on loan, I said he'll not be here for much longer, and he was gone within, I think, 2-3 months of the season starting that year.
Yeah,
I'd say he wasn't good enough. Now he's in charge of the best team in the world. So, well, the biggest team in the world.
Shown glimpses that he might know what he's doing, but not very many. I got to be honest. Just kind of lastly on the rebrand, I am interested in. Like, it sounds like that era, like, obviously you had this successful period for you, like the team, and although they didn't quite make it to the Premier League before that, but you had an incredible squad, and it sounds like there was a point where a lot of things changed behind the scenes. Some players left, like yourself, and it sounds like it went from quite a positive, happy place where everyone was quite close and close-knit behind the scenes, not just the players, but the families of the players and everything. And then it sounds like it became a bit kind of almost like disjointed off the pitch and a bit cold. I don't know if that's a fair assessment, but it does sound like it changed a lot. What was the point where it changed, I suppose I'm asking, and how did it change?
We had a great squad. We had a good squad that got promoted. Wasn't our fault that everything in terms of colour changed. If you could imagine us in blue, nothing would have been the same in terms of our approach to football games. So, it was weird. It was obviously Malky was there. He had a certain way of doing things, which is fine. And then he got sacked too quickly in my eyes. Even though I never ever. I struggle with Malky a wee bit, as I've told you before and stuff like that. But realistically, for the good of the team, probably keeping him in there, maybe to the end of the season, he might have kept us out of trouble. The problem was Ollie come in and just went, right, we're going to play for the back. You need to start playing. You need to start playing. You need to start playing. It's like, well, we've got a team that's done. We've got a team that's been successful for the last 2 years, and I tell you what, we've never played football. We never just drew the. You look at our team that got promoted that season. Do you think we ever really played attractive football? And you went, oh wow, what a footballing team! You never. You went. They've got a solid back four. They've got a couple of boys up front who do a bit. They've got a couple of midfielders who do a bit for them. They've got attacking midfielders who do no bad. I just thought they fight off things. And they just do enough. They do enough to win games. They've got enough about them. And that should have been our approach to the Premier League. But after Malky went, it was Solskjaer came in and he went, we're going to start playing for the back. We're going to start doing this. I was like, as soon as he started saying that, I said, he's got the wrong players to do that. So
this is it, isn't it? Like I talked to Andy a lot on the Championship show about playing you got to play the formation and tactics that suit the players you've got, not what your vision of football is. Especially if you come in mid-season.
No, but it's an ego thing. That's an ego thing. That is an absolute ego thing. If you imagine, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to
teach all these players how to play.
I'm going to teach you guys how to do it my way. Wait a minute. There's 30 people in the squad there. Why don't you look at what's going on there and think, you know what, this suits what we've got, and I'll tinker it in my own style.
Yeah.
In a way that suits everybody in the squad. But there's I've met every manager that I've known that has been sacked has come in with that routine. They say, this is how we do it, and this is how things are done.
Yeah.
And it never works. It never ever works. You need to come into a squad and you go, where are we strong? Midfield. We'll play with 3 in there then. Where are we weak? Out wide. Might play a 3-5-2 then.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's just this. It's no rocket science. It's no about like.
But do you think
Pep Guardiola gets like the big spiel about he does all this? He doesn't do a lot on the training pitch. He's got good footballers who know how to play the positions they're in, and then he gives them instructions, and it's just.
Do you think that's why so many managers struggle, because they overcomplicate it?
It's just an ego. A lot of things are ego. I find a lot of things, especially at young football, it's ego, where they want to just go pass.
Yeah.
Pass
so,
up.
Go on. I was just going to say, before we go on to the top 10 Christmas films of all time, a couple more questions. Just sort of kind of finishing off on this subject. Michael Darch asks a question, which I'll get to now. But I wanted to say, whatever you think of like Malky Mackay and the way he left, and maybe the way he treated certain players, and maybe I'd include you in that. Like, he was never in the bottom 3 in the Premier League. We never looked like we were going to get relegated under Malky. Yes, it was not always exciting football, but we never looked like relegation fodder. As soon as he went, we always looked like going down. Yep. Any togetherness that was still there from the Championship was gone very quickly. And ultimately, I think the people in charge have got to take responsibility for that, because that's, in my opinion, what's cost us relegation. Michael Dart says, do you think we would have stayed up in the Premier League if the whole thing with Malky and the owner hadn't happened and Malky had carried on till the end of the season?
No, I think it would have been closer. Whether we stayed up or not.
Long way to go, isn't there? From Christmas
100%.
to...
It was 100. It would have been a lot closer, but whether we'd have stayed up, I don't know. Not 100% sure. Not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? There's a long way to go. Big Gav says, it was wrong when you left, Kev. You deserved much more, a Bluebird legend. And I agree with that. I think we've said that before, haven't we? That the way you were treated on your way out, I think, was not acceptable. But then you said, like, it's just the way football is, isn't it? They move players move players on.
Footballers come in and out all the time, yeah.
Ian Curtis says, who was the best manager you ever worked under, Cardiff? At Cardiff.
At Cardiff. They were all very, very different. Dave was one of these guys who just recruited the squad in, just try to get them all together and try to get them really tight-knit, etc. Malky was more authoritarianism. Ole had his own players, and he just tried to do his own thing, which I found hard. I didn't enjoy that spell, but see, even with Malky, I didn't really enjoy the spell, but at the same time, kind of knew where I was in that squad and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it was hard. It was always quite hard.
Craig Sullivan says, if Simon Mann had his way, we'd have been green and moved to Dublin. That was a rumour at one point. And Jason Jones, to finish us off with this, says, what's the craziest thing you did with the players whilst at Cardiff? And I think before you answer that, we should take out the fire extinguisher story because we've already heard that one.
Okay, the craziest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, with the players.
With the players. Going back a few years,
Memory's not what it was.
I don't know, really. With players.
Pressure's on now, isn't it? Dum, 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 dum.
Can I come back to that?
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Yes, I will do.
Thomas Whitelock says, what was your favourite moment at Ninian Park?
Just the first few games. First few
was
games
that
were
quite the experience, was it?
That was brilliant. I loved it. I'd not experienced anything like it. I think it was West Brom, we played Birmingham, and we weren't fancied for the league, and I think we won and drew. So at that time it was like, and that for me the atmosphere was unbelievable. I was like, I've not experienced this. Even at Aberdeen was a good club, but at the same time, I never experienced that sort of level of, fan anticipation, I would say.
Yeah, I think it was a special place, and I get emotional when I think of like not being able to go there and play and watch them play anymore. It's quite upsetting, mate. I gotta be honest. So thanks to Thomas for bringing that up, bringing the Christmas special down. But because it's been so chirpy so far.
Some of the stuff's been tremendous.
This is on the light-hearted note. Ian Curtis says, what did Kev think of the whole investigation the owner started into Malky? There was talk of it being passed about transfers and the racism thing. Did the boys kind of or the team have any kind of opinions on that, about the way it was gone about and all that sort of stuff, or was it kind of just is what it is?
That was dealt with without the boys. I think general consensus was that that there's a lot of stuff in there that might have gone on in a group chat that I don't know. It was no given. I'm not saying that anything that was remotely sort of acceptable, but at the same time, it was a lot of stuff in there was tongue in cheek. So I think that was said, but at the same time, we knew that wasn't right.
Yeah, Gavin asked this. He asked this a couple of times, and I think I missed it last time. He says, "Do you know Big Paul? He wears a kilt to every game with a sheep on the front. Sheep on the front for a good chance you might know him. I think it's Gavin's uncle, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure I've seen him. A load of times, to be honest with you.
And like Ian says, he says, Mr. Tan was he was looking for something to sack Malky for at the end of the day. And I think that's what it came down to. It was just they needed a way to get him out, so they looked at his work phone and they found, group stuff from the group chat.
Things they didn't like anyway. Yeah, so
it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because I guarantee, if most people were honest with, if you had people go through your group chat. Group chat with your mates or whatever, there may be some tongue-in-cheek stuff which you wouldn't want the rest of the world. This is what it is, isn't it? It's friends have a bit of banter back and forth, and they take the mick out of each other.
Definitely,
which you wouldn't necessarily want to share with the world. Is what it is, I guess. Right, let's finish this off then, mate. Let's bring this tone up. Come on, it's Christmas. Everyone just Christmas cheer up. And we're going to finish with Kev's going to sing us a song again, like he did last week.
Christmas time, care for the... Sorry,
mate, you're just warming up and you're getting ready. Getting ready.
Don't be cold in Africa this Christmas.
Right then, people in the chat,
Go on,
we are going to decide in the next sort of 15 minutes or so, we're going to decide our top 10 Christmas films of all time.
Are we doing it as in number 1's getting penciled in, number 2's getting penciled in?
Well, we'll do our usual format. We'll say the ones where they are in the
Definitely
top 10, and then we'll put them in some sort of order.
Definitely coming in there.
But what I will say, to be clear, this is the Si and Kevin kind of. This is what we think are the best Christmas films of all time.
No,
not necessarily, because people will moan. Is not necessarily like the greatest films of all time.
No,
these are our go-to films.
Fuck 'em.
Christmas top 10. Oh, he's off. He is off.
Right, mate, I'm going to draw a caricature.
Yeah, draw us a Super Kev Unscripted logo, mate. Come on.
No, I'm drawing a caricature of you.
Yeah, me and you together, and we'll turn it into a logo, innit? Come on. Right, Home Alone, gotta be in the top 10, haven't it? Yeah? Agreed, everyone?
100%.
Good. Home Alone. Die Hard 2, gotta be in there, surely.
Aye.
Die Hard 2. What about... Where do you stand on Elf, mate?
Yeah.
Absolutely gotta be in there. So that's 3 films. Straight away, gotta be in there.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look what else we got. Oh, Karen Oaten says, oh, it's Kevin McNaughton. She's a bit late to the party.
Only been here a couple of hours.
So Karen, he's well into his gin, and we are now deciding the top 10 best Christmas films of all time. At the moment, we're just putting in the ones which Ian Curtis says Grinch. Is that a definite? The original or the new one? That's the thing.
Yeah, I was saying a wee good doodle you there, a very drunk doodle.
Yeah, I like it.
It's not good enough, mate.
Beautiful.
It's not good enough, is it?
Come on. Up your game.
I know, I need to help it.
Elf, good shout, Karen. Excellent.
Good shout. No, what's the best ever?
Right, Grinch. Discuss. Original or the one that came out last year or whatever it was?
What do you mean the original? What was the original?
Well, there was one out with like Jim Carrey, like a live action one, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And then
live action one's good. Oh, I like
then
the live
they made a
action
new one which was come out recently. Am I imagining that? No, I'm sure there's
the animated one, Grinch.
Yeah.
Real one.
Yeah, 2018 there was a Grinch.
Yeah.
The Grinch 2000 Grinch. Old school Grinch, isn't it?
Old school. Faces. Real faces.
So all right, OG Grinch. The big man, Big Alan Jones, in the live chat. He says thanks for the representation, Big Kev, top man, because Kevin's repping the old away day apparel tonight in the Cardiff City colours.
Got the guns out as well, mate. I've got the biceps out there. If you want to see these bad boys as well, look at them bad boys.
After you got your special
actually your
tattoo out.
I reckon the 2 A's look the same size as my
guns.
I think it should be 2 arms from now on. Mate.
Well, the thing is, mate, after last episode when you showed us your special tattoo,
yes, mate,
it's vital that you keep your clothes on, but also you can buy Away Day Apparel Club Colours t-shirts at awaydayapparel.co.uk, and if you
when you wear them, your arms grow bigger.
That's it. They make you look buff. And you can also use the code AA Podcast Nation and get 10% off your orders. But they got loads. They got like a Clockwork Orange inspired one. They've got a Stone Roses kind of inspired one. They got a Shopping Spree one. There's some classics on there. Real good stuff. Real nice. So I urge you to get it. So we've got some more suggestions.
What have you got? What have you got for us?
Craig says Bad Santa.
I've got on the list.
Bad Santa. I'll add that to the. But I'm not sure if it's a definite, mate. Not sure if that's a definite yet. So I'm going to put that just below. We'll get there.
You shut your mouth if you knew it was good for you, buddy.
Stop the press. Rob Boyle's list is in. We'll discuss this in a minute.
Is it right?
Karen. Just slow down now. Slow down.
Stop everything, and we'll just need to listen to Rob's. And off the back of that,
we will destroy
everything.
Him.
We can laugh. we can cry. There's a lot of emotions that can come from Rob's stuff. Come on.
Oh, first glance, mate, it looks good. But
as it good? As it safe?
It looks good for him.
Has he Googled
but he has left out a couple of like ones which have to be
Has
on there.
Has he googled it, or has he gone with his heart?
I think he's gone with his head because he's left out a couple of classics. But we'll get there. Karen says Polar Express.
I like that. I like that, Karen. Karen,
Steve,
I love it.
Big Steve, love it.
Love it.
Big Steve McMahon says it's a wonderful life.
Steve, right, hold on a minute. Can we just?
How old is Steve?
Hold on a minute. Can I just send this to Steve?
Yeah.
Hold on 2 seconds.
He also suggested Gremlins. I'm not sure I'm having that as a Christmas film.
Can you just? Sorry, if you just send this. Hold on.
So what was that? I can't
Can
see.
you send that?
Can I send it to him? I think you just did.
Can you? Steve,
Oh, it's gone all X-rated, all and it's a picture of my face next to it as well.
There you are,
Beautiful.
mate. You're looking good.
Beautiful. I want that piece of paper. I want you to sign that, and I want you to send it to me in the post.
Okay, mate. I need to get your fringe.
I'll frame it.
I think I'm giving you.
Still waiting for a logo, mate, for Super Kev Unscripted.
I don't know, mate. I'm not a fucking graphic designer.
Kev is getting all het up now, aren't you?
Right,
so,
I tell you what, you're looking well, though.
Oh Jesus, I look a smackhead in that picture.
Have you
What's
seen
that say at the top? Oh, it's your list, is it?
Oh, it's my Christmas list, mate.
I want it. I want that piece of paper signed and sent to me in the post.
Oh, you're done.
And I'll give it away as a prize. Right, Rob Boyle has sent in his list.
Yes, Robbie.
Is he going to get mocked like he has the last 2 episodes because he's terrible?
He will. Don't worry about it.
Or will he redeem himself? The pressure's
Will
on.
he fuck?
So he says, Rob Boyle says, no particular order, The Polar Express, The Grinch, the original, Elf, The Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2, The Nightmare Before Christmas,
Fuck?
and The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Fuck that as well.
No Die Hard 2 on there.
Right.
Any Christmas list that doesn't have Die Hard 2 on there.
This guy loves animation. What was it? Christmas Chronicles?
Christmas Chronicles is good, actually. I've only seen the first one. I haven't watched the second one yet.
It's not a fucking real Christmas film.
It is. It's not animated, is it? It's a live-action Netflix.
There's better out there. We're looking for 10 of the best. We're not looking for random Christmas Chronicles.
He's the raging. The vein is pulsing above your eyebrow now.
Right.
Is angry.
Give me a real one. Come on, you give me a real one. I'll give you a better one.
Gavin Randall says Herbie goes bananas.
Herbie, you shove those bananas so far up your ass, Gavin, that you can fucking hear the haul and go of your shite pick.
I need to get. Do you know what I need, Kev? I need a bleep button for when we get towards the last part of the show.
Bleep, bleep.
When you get a bit testy. Jingle all the way, Michael Wallace says.
Fuck it, not shite. There we go.
Right,
I'm being really harsh. I'm going to be one of the harshest critics right now.
The X-rated Simon Cowell.
Come on.
Gavin Randall says Last Christmas. I didn't even know what that is.
Gav Randall should shut his puss. Right, next.
Rob Boyle says The Snowman.
Fuck Rob Boyle. Rob Boyle should never ever open his fucking mouth again. Right, next. Come on, keep going. It's a pretty well round. Come on, let's go quicker. Rob, ejected, never to speak to again.
You broke me.
Right, come on. Let's
go. James Costley says National Lampoons.
Christmas Vacation. Did he say National Lampoons Christmas Vacation?
He just said National Lampoons. Doesn't specify.
Well, who's that?
James Costley.
James Costley. You have earned a reprieve because I've got that film on my list as well. You motherfucker.
Ian Curtis said, "What is he swigging from in that glass?"
It's Rob Jones's tears. That's what it is.
Gav says Santa Claus the movie.
100% Gav. Gav, I love you. I love you, mate.
So, some people are asking for that piece of paper, which I've already said you're going to sign and send to me.
Yeah, I've only got one piece.
He's going to sign it, send it to me, and then I will give it away as a prize, because everyone wants that, don't they?
Oh my God. Is this look, can you just look a wee bit closer to the camera, please, Si? Just to show how close that is to your face.
Just missing
really close.
Just missing my broken teeth and grey hairs.
That is going to be no.
I want it signed, mate.
I want to sign it right now. There you go.
Oh dear, it's Christmas. I think you've shocked some people with your language, Super Kev.
I'm just being honest. With you.
Yeah. Lethal Weapon 1. Oh, go away. I love Lethal Weapon 1, but that is not a Christmas film. I can't be having this. What is wrong with these people? What's going on with you guys tonight? Jason Jones says I could watch Kevin abuse Rob all night. Rob says you're horrible bastard. Gavin says Kevin, your class. Alright, James said he did say Christmas Vacation the first time. National Lampoon Christmas Vacation when he wrote it earlier. Fred Claus, that's a shout. That's a bit of a left field one.
That's what I think of that. Fred Claus. Who the hell? Right, come on.
Right, come on. Serious this is, Kev. Come on.
This is serious, right.
Serious stuff.
Come on now.
James Costley says, how about planes, trains and automobiles? Kevin Corden?
100% got on my list. There you go. Tick that box.
Oh, what's his name? Simon Cowell. Kevin Cowell. That's what we'll call you.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Boom. It's on there.
Rob Boyle says, I think I deserve one after the abuse.
Elf. On there.
Right, tell me your list. Go on, you tell me your list and we'll see where we are.
Well, there's got to be one. Kevin! Home Alone.
Home Alone. That's in.
This has not been mentioned. This Scrooged. What a Christmas film.
Scrooged. Not Scrooged. Scrooged.
Scrooged, yeah? Yes.
With Bill Murray.
Oh, that one of the best. One of the best.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. I like that one. I like it.
What do you mean you give me that one? That is
I'll give you that one.
Certainty. That's a top 5.
Oof, I don't know about that.
Santa Claus the movie.
Yeah.
That will never be beaten. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Boom.
I've never seen it. Bring it. I've never watched one National Lampoon.
Off a live feed? How do you switch off a live feed?
Only I can do it.
Okay.
Did you know?
I didn't know.
I love a parody, and I love like spoof comedy and that, like all different ones like that.
Yeah.
But I've never watched any of the National Lampoons. It's weird, isn't it?
Right. We can't be
right at my alley as well.
Right. Can't be friends about. Right. Bad Elf. Bad Elf. Fucking hell.
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa. I just put it on there as
an adult one.
As a bit of a.
It's different, isn't it?
No, it's a bit of a conversation starter.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
It's a good one, but what I like about it is different. Like, it's not... Like, Christmas films have a very kind of... You get introduced to the characters.
Yeah,
something goes wrong and risks Christmas.
I know.
And then, it all comes together nicely, and then...
You're not really robbing
happy
people
Christmas. Yeah. So I like Bad Santa because it's more geared for adults and stuff. I've never seen Ian Dastiff. I've seriously never seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I haven't, but I am going to watch it this Christmas.
Good luck.
So let's have a go then. Right, last couple of. Anyone got any more suggestions for the top 10 Christmas films of all time before we finalise the list?
What are you thinking about Gremlins?
Piss off, man. Gremlins is not a Christmas film, and you couldn't, quite frankly, piss right off. Not having that at all. Not even a little bit. I'd rather have Gladiator in there. Gladiator? Who the hell said Gladiator for a Christmas
Indiana
film?
Jones.
What?
Temple of Doom.
No, you're being silly now. you're not going to take this seriously, then what's the point? Gremlins is not a Christmas film. How is it? Like, explain to me, how is it a Christmas film?
Because why would Die Hard be the same Christmas film? Because it's the same time of year. It comes out, everybody loves it.
But in like Die Hard, he says it's Merry fucking Christmas.
I'll find your thumbs out.
So I'm going to throw a couple at you, and you can give it a yes or a no.
Okay, come on then.
A Christmas Story.
What kind of story is it? Is it
it's
horror,
just called
maybe?
A Christmas Story.
Better be a good one.
A Wonderful Life. I think someone suggested that one, didn't they? Push. Charlie Brown, A Christmas animation.
Charlie fucking Brown. Come on then. Let's go on. Come on, keep going.
Polar Express.
That's a good one. Polar Express. I'll give that.
This one hasn't been mentioned yet.
What? 11?
Home Alone 2.
Nah.
Lost in New York.
No.
Oof, that's harsh. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Not having that. Rubbish.
Nah, I was about to say
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nope.
Not having that, are you? Tim Burton. So, yeah. Right.
That's it.
So, in my opinion, the greatest Christmas film of all time is Elf. So this is my list. Elf is number 1. Die Hard 2, number 2. Home Alone is 3. The Grinch 4. Christmas Chronicles 1, 5. Christmas Chronicles. Then I'd have. Ooh, it's tough. I'd have Scrooged. There was one. Oh, there you are. Jack Frost. It's a good one. With Michael Keaton in. You having that?
Somebody told me the dad died.
Okay.
I don't know. I just got told the dad died and it was really scary. And I went, who needs to hear about their dad dying on Christmas?
That's it.
That's all I said. And I went, oh, I love Christmas. And I went, Merry Christmas. Love you.
Rob Boyle says A.C.E.'s got good taste, at least. He is correct.
All right, fucking
phenomenal taste.
Mate, that is not a compliment. You realise that? It's like fucking said. You like killing whales.
I'm having Jingle All the Way in my list. Well then indeed. So I've got Elf, Die Hard 2, Home Alone, The Grinch, Christmas Chronicles, Scrooged, Jingle All the Way, Bad Santa, and
where you go?
What was it called? Not Christmas Carol.
Jingle Tits.
What it was. Jingle Tits. That's a different type of Christmas film. The Polar Express. So they're my top ones. So what you got? Which ones we removing for the final list?
Yep.
So Elf, Die Hard 2, Home Alone, Grinch, OG Grinch, Christmas Chronicles, Scrooged, Jingle
Christmas
All the Way,
Chronicles,
Bad Santa, and
right now, get that jukebox.
Oliver Twist. Ian says.
What Oliver Twist? When has that ever been a Christmas fucking thing?
Of course it is.
Right, get that.
Jingle
Right, start
Tits.
again. Home Alone.
Move your glass out your face.
Oh, sorry. Home Alone.
Right, Home Alone's in. Scrooge
is in.
Yeah.
Santa Claus movie's in. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation's in.
No, okay.
Elf is in. Die Hard's in.
Right, hang on. How many is that?
Don't know.
National Lampoon, is it? So we got. Right.
Home Alone, Scrooge.
In no particular order. Same again. Sorry, mate.
Home Alone.
Yeah.
Scrooge.
Yeah.
Santa Claus movie.
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Elf. Die Hard. That's, I'm going to say 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. And we need 4 more.
So you got The Grinch, the original.
Grinch, the original.
7.
I think
What about
I'm teetering
Polar
on
Express?
I'm teetering on Polar Express.
Really what about this for a shout from Craig Sullivan?
What's that?
Miracle on 34th Street.
Fuck that.
Oh, you grumpy bastard. That is a Christmas classic.
Because it's full of Christmas cheer. No,
it's full of happiness.
It's just so Christmassy.
Cheesy. Happy people just who wanna celebrate.
People want to enjoy
Ian also says Indiana Jones. People are saying Indiana Jones.
That's what I said. I said Indiana Jones.
How is that a Christmas film? Explain
because
to me.
You remember Holy Umba. You know the one where they've got the mad thing and they're all swaying a bit like that. Umba. And then he takes the things, puts them in the bag, and he heads off. And that was what a Christmas tale that was. Real Christmas tale.
4, 5, 6, 7. We only need 3 more. Jingle all the way in or out?
Never, ever, ever speak to me if you put jingle on the way in there. Right.
Christmas Chronicles. You said you don't want that one in.
I never want to hear the word Christmas Chronicles ever again because that's the worst Christmas
film ever.
Christmas Chronicles.
Bad Santa.
It's a wild card. We can't put it in just now.
Just wait for that.
That's
Polar Express.
Yeah, I think we need to get in there.
2 more. 2 more Christmas films to the list to go. Okay. I'm going to flick through the comments now. Karen says Jingle Tits, and she found that very funny. I thought it was quite funny as well.
Jingle Tits,
the big man, Big Al, says Step Brothers. Is that a Christmas film? Not sure about that.
Ow. Stay off the eggnog, you fucking big bam. You need to watch. That's never been a Christmas film.
Oh, got a couple of classics straight in.
Oh, have you now?
Rhys David Evans, Die Hard 1.
We've already had that one, Rhys David Evans.
James Costley says Deck the Halls.
I'll deck your fucking balls with fists of balling it. Anyone that's shite.
In fairness, Deck the Halls is a good one. I like that with the
That's
Christmas
never
lights.
Been a film in its lights. Deck the fucking Halls.
Yeah, it is. It's the one with Danny DeVito and
that one.
With the lights, and they have the big war with the lights, don't they? And he's got his house covered in lights and all that sort of stuff.
That is a big bag of shite.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Let's go.
6, 7, 8. The big man says Muppet Christmas Carols.
The big man needs to fucking shut his puss. There you go.
He's all over the place tonight. We need 2 more, mate. Come on. 2
Polar
good
Express.
suggestions.
Is Polar
Yeah, you got Polar Express.
Indiana. You didn't like Indiana Jones.
I don't have that.
When everybody's like
Fred
that,
Claus.
When everybody's like, whoa, that Indiana Jones.
No. Snowman.
Even when I'm jabbing the fucking thing. Right, okay.
Snowman.
Oh, I'm walking in the.
Yeah, I think that's what you should sing when we finish.
Yeah, I think that's the closing out tune.
Yeah, Snowman. Well, one more Christmas film.
Christ almighty. You just need to push it out, didn't you? Push it further than it needs to be.
Do you know what we should do? If we do another one before Christmas, which is very unlikely, but if we do, we'll do the top 10 Christmas songs. But we need one more Christmas film. I want someone to give me...
Come on, you can do it.
An absolute belter, like a classic. And who was it said Lethal Weapon? That's it. Hold your head in shame. Come on, Kev. Come on. You can do it.
Right, we've got Polar Express,
We're in the final stretch. Gremlins is never a Christmas film, man.
Bad
is
Santa?
It really?
Is that not getting a show?
We haven't got Bad Santa at the moment. No, he was a wild card. We left him. Okay. Last Christmas. Loads of people have said The Wonderful Life, and Di, who was the one who brought up the fire extinguisher the first time, and caught you off guard.
Fuck you.
He said A Wonderful Life as well. Everyone's Rob.
What's he coming up with?
Love Actually.
Oh, Rob.
He's got to go.
Rob,
I almost feel like I should eject him from the chat.
No, that's what I mean. You can never speak again.
Just ban him. Just mute him. So everyone can see him, but they can't speak to him.
Can we all just have a collective Rob, shut your puss? 1, 2, 3. Rob, shut your puss.
Bless him. Reese David Evans says, Hot Tub Time Machine, was that set at Christmas?
Reese.
We are really scraping the barrel now, ladies and gentlemen.
That is one of the worst suggestions I've ever heard in my life, Reese.
E.T., Jack Frost, Edward Scissorhands.
Eddie Scissorhands, maybe. Might have a shout.
Film? Karen says, Happy Feet.
Fuck Happy Feet. Oh,
Bad
Eddie
Santa.
Scissorhands.
See, Di just said Bad Santa. Where he's on like
Bad Santa's coming in.
That's the 10 then. That's the 10.
Is that number 10?
And everyone in the chat is telling Rob to fuck off. Shut his fuss. And all sorts of
puss, mate.
He's getting all sorts of abuse. Unbelievable.
So
yeah, Bad Santa makes it the 10. I will officially unveil them in a minute.
Can't believe Indiana Jones didn't make it.
I can't believe Christmas Chronicles didn't make it.
That's fucking pish, that's why. Who?
I can't believe I haven't seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. James just said, is Meet the Parents one?
No, shut your puss.
Shut your puss. What is that? What's puss?
You don't know it. Yeah, it means jobby. It means a jobby.
Jobby. A wee jobby. Love it. Right, top 10 Christmas list as decided by
Chance to win this.
A.C.E and Super Kev. What's that?
That is the Christmas Chronicle jobby page.
Excellent. I told you, mate, I want it signed and sent to me.
It's been signed. Ready to head off. Look at you, they're basically the same person.
Yeah, what a beautiful, beautiful drawing. It's one of the best I've ever seen. So what is the National Lampoon one? Is that called Xmas Vacation, is it?
Yes, mate.
Okay. Just posting the list into the chat. So, top 10 Christmas films of all time. The official A.C.E and Super Kev list is Elf, Die Hard 2, Home Alone, The OG Grinch, Scrooged, Bad Santa, Polar Express, Santa Claus the Movie, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and The Snowman. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Yep.
Guys, it has been an absolute Christmas cracker of an episode. I've had a whale of a time. Kev actually broke me at one point. I couldn't stop laughing and crying at the same time. And he's now fallen off his sofa.
I'm good now. Just fell deep in centre.
It's Kevin McNaughton, like you've never seen him before. He's a legend. He's a very, very funny man. And we've had a cracking time. Tell your friends about this show, because just because it's a Christmas special, this is what this show is.
Tell them.
Single episode. We start off slow with the Would You Rathers. Everywhere.
Look how straight my finger is. E.T. was like that.
James just said, isn't that 11? Have we miscounted? Gonna have to remove one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's 10. Come on, James. Kev's gone. Kev, serious now, because we're wrapping up now, okay, mate?
James Evans,
we're professionals. Who's James Evans?
Phone up.
Who the flipping hell's James Evans?
Who said there's another one? Who said there's an extra one?
James Costley said 11, and then he said, no, it's not 11.
James Costley, shut your puss, because you've made me smash my phone up, because I got panicked, and I thought, fuck, I need to get another one. Never again, James.
Karen says, really enjoyed watching this evening. Gutted I missed most of it. Karen, you can watch it on YouTube and Facebook straight after they come up, and you can watch the replay. You can also watch the previous episodes.
You can watch me on OnlyFans at www.superkev/naked.
Jeez, you are legends of massive proportions. I'm going to go home. I'm going to go
Are you going to subscribe?
And I'm going to watch Super Kev's OnlyFans. I'm going to watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Someone tell me where I can watch it.
I watched Scrooge today.
Is it on Netflix, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Nope.
Is it on
Scrooge
Amazon Prime?
Is on Amazon Prime.
Excellent. I'll have a look at that. So, to wrapping us up, tell your friends about this. This is always a good crack. We always do it. We start with the Would You Rathers, we get in gently, and then we have all sorts of fun. And we talked the rebrand, we talked Would You Rathers, we talked All You Got a Solskjaer, we talked Christmas films. We had a whale of a time. Kev abused some people, particularly Rob Boyle. But it's all meant in good fun. We appreciate every single person who's watched and commented. Make sure you come back. We do the show about every sort of 2 to 3 weeks. But in the meantime, there's plenty of other shows you can watch with Cardiff City legend Andy Campbell every Monday and Friday live.
Can't wait.
Many a footballing star has been on the channel. Just check it out. And also, you will find, if you go to the Ace Podcast Nation YouTube and press subscribe and click that bell, you will not only get a notification every time we go live and upload a video, but you will also be able to click playlists and watch every single Kevin McNaughton show that has ever been. Whether it was in his initial appearance on Unscripted and Uncensored, is when he stepped in for Andy Campbell on the football shows, Crazy Football, which was the 2-episode series which me and Kev started, but then had to bin off because they tried to banned us, but we're back and we're unscripted and we have a lot of time, a lot of fun. Have a great Christmas, guys. A few comments to finish. Jason Jones says, have a good Christmas. Michael Jones says, give us a song to finish. We will. Yeah, or Kev will. Not yet, man. Come on now. Wait. Ian Curtis says, great show. Kev is about to pass out due to the Buckfast.
I would never. Who said that? Jason who?
Jason Jones? No.
Jason Jones?
No, hang on.
Me and you go and
Ian
drink
Curtis
for drink.
said that one.
Ian Curtis. Me and you drink for
Curtis.
drink next time. And you will see... Even though I've got a voice of an angel.
Voice of an angel.
Everything's good.
Michael Jones says, give us a song first, we got that one. Gavin says, played it from the beginning. I don't know what that means.
Good effort. Well done, sir.
James Costley says, not 11, got it wrong. Di says, that's the same finger that pulled the pin. Laugh out loud. And it is. Get on the Buckfast. A few people are saying that.
Get on the
Rob Boyle says, I loved it, boys. Even with all the shite you sent my way. Stay safe, and see you soon. Nice one, Rob. Have a good Christmas.
Thank you, Rob.
Everybody, have a good Christmas. We appreciate your support. We appreciate also the people who sent super chats on YouTube. That's very much appreciated. That's really cool, and I can't thank you all enough. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Have a good one. Thank you, guys. Lethal Weapon is not a Christmas film.
What?
And that is the end of it. I'm not having that at all.
McLean!
I'm just checking there's nothing very important to check. It's a lot of Merry Christmases, which we appreciate. We're getting to the song. There was one comment which I want... You're going to sing that. Rhys David Evans says, is there any more information on Kev coming to Cardiff you accidentally mentioned earlier? Well, I accidentally mentioned it, so no, basically. No, it's nothing like massive. We are going to do something at some point in some form later in next year probably. But Kev's going to come down to Cardiff and we're going to film one of these together, either in a studio or in a hotel room or something. And we're going to give it. It's going to be a pilot to put it on. Can you imagine this show on like Talk Sport or Sky Sports? They'd never have us, mate. So we have to do it ourselves. We'll do it in a pub.
No,
do it in a pub.
The moment.
But yeah, guys, have a great Christmas. Appreciate all the comments and stuff. It's been a great laugh. I know this show's a bit different to everything else we do, but that's it's supposed to be. It's unscripted. It's fun. We are 5 seconds away from 2 hours. Ready? Kev, sing us out. Thank you for everyone for the support. Love you. Let's go.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by, and whence you once was heartbeat giving. I dreamed a dream in time gone by,